We'll continue with CT severity score in this video. So first of all, I will explain what is the CT severity score, and in last I will show you some of the pictures typically which are suggestive of COVID-19 pneumonia. So what is CT severity score? CT severity score tells about that how much percentage of the lung is involved by the COVID-19 pneumonia. So first of all, I will explain you that how many lobes in the lung and how CT severity score is calculated. So in the lungs there are 2 lobes on the left side and 3 lobes on the right side. So this is the right lung, this is left lung. This is left lung. So right lung has 3 lobes. This is right upper lobe, right middle lobe and right lower lobe. Right upper lobe, this is right middle lobe and this is the right lower lobe. Left lung has 2 lobes, left upper lobe and left lower lobe. So in right lung there are 3 lobes and in left lung there are 5 lobes. Left lung there are 2 lobes, so total there are 5 lobes in both of the lungs. So right lung has 3 lobes, right upper lobe, right middle lobe and right lower lobe. Left lung has 2 lobes, left upper lobe and left lower lobes. So in CT severity scoring, each lobe is given number 1 to 5. So total number is 25. Total score is minimum 5 to 25, maximum 25. So if for a particular lobe, if we are taking just right upper lobe, so score is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the right upper lobe, we just taking an example of right upper lobe. So suppose this is right upper lobe. We will divide into 5 quadrants. So if up to 5% of the lobe is involved, then it is given as score 1. If 5 to 25% of lobe is involved, then it is given as score 2. If 25 to 50% of particular lobe involved, then this is given as score 3. And if 50 to 75% is involved, this is given as score 4. And if more than 75% of particular lobe involved, then this is given as score 5. So suppose this is right upper lobe and only this one 5% area is involved by the COVID pneumonia, then this is given as score 1. And if approximately 25% is involved till here, then this is given as score 2. And if up to half of the lobe is involved here, this is given as score 1. If up to 25%, this is given as score 2. And this, if half of the lobe is involved, this is given as score 3. And if 75%, if we hold this one and this one, then this is given as score 4. And if more than 75% of particular lobe is involved, then this is given as score 5. Suppose this part was also involved, then this is given as score 5. So in CT severity score, we calculate the score of each lobe separately. Then we add score of each lobe The sum of the score of all the lobes then further divided into score less than 8 if total score is less than 8, if score is 9 to 15, and if score is more than 15 up to 25. This comes in mild category. This is moderate category, and score 15 to 25, or you can say score 16 to 25, it comes in severe category. So I'll explain this by an example. Suppose this is right upper lobe, right middle lobe, right lower lobe, left upper lobe, and left lower lobe. So if right upper lobe is involved 25%, right middle lobe is involved 4%, right lower lobe is involved 58%, left upper lobe is involved 75% or 76%, and left lower lobe is involved 40%. So right upper lobe is 25%. So if involvement is less than 5%, we give score 1, but if involvement is 5 to 25%, we give a score of 2. In right middle lobe, involvement is less than 5%, so we will give a score of 1. In right lower lobe, involvement is more than 50%, which comes in a category of 50 to 75%, which has been given the score of 4. And left upper lobe is involved 76%, which comes in the category of more than 75%, so it will be given a score 5. Left lower involved comes between 25 to 50%, which has been given the score of 3. So if we add all these values, total score comes 15. So it comes in the category of 9 to 15. So it comes in moderate category. So according to the percentage of lobe involved, we give the numbers to each and every lobe, and in end we add all of the numbers and the total score comes. Then we will divide the category into mild, moderate, and severe. If involvement is less than, if the number is total, if the sum is less than 8, then we will put this in mild category, and if the score is 9 to 15, then we put this in moderate category, and if the score is 16 to 25, then we put this in severe category. So this is all about the CT CVIT scoring. And one more thing here, if in follow-up of the patient, if the CT involvement of the lung decrease or increase, we can change the category from, if patient came in the moderate category, and after follow-up of the patient, the category, the score reduced to less than 9, so we can shift the patient into mild category. And if involvement in the lung is increased and the score comes between 16 to 25, we can shift the patient to severe category. And one more thing, that the overall management of the patient does not depend only on the CT finding, but it's all depend upon the condition of the patient, his oxygen saturation. So CT CVT score is not the only criteria for management of the patient. We have to see each and every aspect of the patient, like clinical condition, his biomarkers, and all the things. Then we can manage the patient properly. So thank you. So now I will show you some pictures of COVID-19 pneumonia patients. So first of all, in this picture you can appreciate that there is peripheral location of the ground glass opacity, which I explained in the first video. That ground glass opacity is the grayish area. So in this CT film, there is involvement of the lung in the peripheral location. In the next film, there is an area of consolidation and ground glass opacity on the right side. This area of grayish color. and this is the white area. This is a mixture of consolidation and ground glass opacity. In next picture, this is the reverse halo sign or atoll sign, which I explained that central area of ground glass opacity is surrounded by area of consolidation. So this gray area is surrounded by the white area. So this is the reverse halo sign. In this CT film, you can appreciate that area of ground glass opacity is present on right side of the lung. This is the peripheral, subpleural in the location, and a small patch of the ground glass opacity also present on the left side of the lung. In this next film, this is the typical reverse halo sign or atoll sign. In this film, you can appreciate patches of consolidation and ground glass opacity. These small patches. So in most of the films, the patch of the opacity is peripheral, subpleural in the location. In this film, you can easily see the area of ground glass opacity is here. In this coronal film, you can see the area of ground glass opacity. And in this axial film, you can see the area of consolidation with some ground glass opacities. This is white consolidation, and this is the gray area of ground glass opacity. This whole lung is involved. And in this film, you can see multiple areas of reverse halo sign. Grayish area surrounded by area of consolidation. These are the areas of reverse halo sign or atoll sign. In this film, you can see area of ground glass opacities, subpleural in location. And in this film, you can also appreciate the area of crazy paving pattern. You can see easily that this is a crazy paving pattern here and here also, which is due to interlobular septal thickening, crazy paving pattern. This one and this is the crazy paving pattern. In this film also, you can see the area of crazy paving pattern with ground glass opacities, mostly in peripheral location. In this film, you can see the area of ground glass opacities, and there is some fibrosis also. This is the picture of fibrosis also. Some pneumonia with which is in recovery phase. So there is some fibrosis also. You can appreciate the bronchiectatic area because there is traction of the bronchioles by the fibrosis. So there is some bronchiectasis also.